Fab. Now we're on the staff sheet. Now this isn't too terribly complicated to understand at all, but I'll take you through it step by step. Anyway, kicking out, we at the start, we've got the summary stuff, so you can see like where the costs coming from. Now, if you're not super businessy, G&A, journal administration, it's kind of like the cost of running stuff, R&D, research development, basically tech nerds, S&M, sales and marketing, not the kind of S&M you like, CapEx, buying stuff like laptops, and then we have COGS, right? That's going to be taken out of your net margin, or sorry, of your gross margin. We can see headcount and running down. By the way, here I've put in fundraise, just an FYI, so you can see the date that you do fundraising. So you know when maybe you can start jacking up salaries or start hiring lots of people. And you say, oh, well, the date we'll start doing it's going to be like November 2017. So that's when I'll start like increasing salaries or something if you do that. Okay. Payrolls, taxes, benefits, all that kind of stuff. Everything that's like non-salary that's going to people's bank accounts, whack in a percentage. On average, I'm paying them 17% or something. Put the number in, expands the number, leave it as. I don't have like annual changes for salary increases or adjustments and stuff just because like, who cares? Just pay people stuff. So when you hire people, type in the date that you were hired. So 1st of January, 2016, boom, okay? End date means you fire people. So Jimmy Bob here is getting fired. Salary, how much do you pay them? This is their annual salary, $60,000. They're getting paid, like 5K or 5.8, including the 17% for payroll tax and benefits, okay? If you pay them a bonus, yay, that will accrue over time, but there will be an adjustment where that actually gets paid out of your bank account at the year end, which you decided. So if you typed in 12 into the format, let's just show you. So if you type that number into here, 12 meaning December, then that number will make an adjustment for, which I guess I'll show you in a second. Now, if you are raising money, keeping people's salaries really low, then maybe the salary is smaller, but it has to get bigger over time. What is that date? So maybe you say, do you know what? I'm raising $2 million in May, so I can afford people to pay more money. So what is the date? I'm going to pay them the new salary of $90,000. This is not the $90,000 increase on the 60, right? It's a 30K increase. It's $90,000. So you can see somewhere here that number somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Gets bigger, right? So we can see it goes from 5850 to 8775. Yay, because they're getting paid more. All right, remember you can fire people just by typing the date. Now we have some automations here just to try and make this stuff easier for you. If you start hiring lots of people, you can even have recruiters, but you're like, oh, do I need to keep manually changing these numbers depending on how I'm scaling? Like, that's boring, right? So you could just say instead, look, if I hire 5 people in a month, I need a recruiter. Or maybe I need 2 recruiters because I need to hire 10 people, so I need 2 recruiters. How much do I pay them? Do I pay them a bonus? Do I increase the salary? I don't know, right? But this will say, because you can see that the headcount has been increasing, I need to hire recruiters just because I hired more than 5 people. So now I need probably like maybe 2 recruiters. It's grouped up here, but you have space to add more people in if you want to. As I said, if you want to add more rows, just insert the rows, drag the formulas down or copy, insert, whatever, then go into the source and use sheet and add in exactly the same rows in exactly the same place, but they have to be exactly the same so that it links together and adds up properly, okay? You do the same thing for, that was G&A, we have R&D people, okay. This is gonna be a little more complicated. All right, to map people to your enterprise sheets, okay? You wanna categorize people. So if you have people who you want to have in your enterprise sheets, which we'll find out later on, you want to map them out. You need to insert them. There is a drop-down menu to make sure that you don't mess anything up, okay? I've really tried to honestly, I know it's complicated, honestly try to make this as simple as possible. So you can map them out. And so you'll know what people you already have in your staffing sheet. That's coming later, okay? Now, for your staffing sheet and the enterprise sheets, you want to map out the people that you have. So you're going to type them in here, and then that's going to map out into the other sheets, okay? These are automated calculations. You see that there is no date to hire them. There is no date to fire them. Once you hire them, you kept them. The number of people you hire is determined by the amount of revenue that you're making. Okay, this is going to be in sheets, which are probably like 4 videos away or something. Okay, but again, I'm trying to make this easier for you where you say, hey, I make money. I need people to execute these projects. Don't make me think how many people I need to say. I just know that I have to have 40% of the time of a software developer for a project. I need 2.5 people for basically whatever, 3 projects. Okay. And the math is just done for you. I know this sounds a little bit complicated, but you have to kind of understand the model to understand what the frick is happening here. Okay. But trust me, again, I'm really trying to make it simple for you. Next, we've got sales marketing, simple. Again, we have the same logical approach here for your salespeople. So I say you make revenue. Depending on the revenue I need X number of enterprise people. If we're doing a lot of marketing and I need to have loads of sales supported customers, I need to hire more salespeople. But again, don't make me think, just tell me how many salespeople I needed, depending on my OTR targets and my productivity cycles, curves are, etc. And just boom, thank you very much. Just tell me how many people I need. I know on average I'll pay these people, what maybe additional bonus I need to pay, assuming they're all gonna hit their OTEs, whatever. OTEs on target earnings, okay? Next, we got COGS, which is, customer care, customer success, all that kind of shizzle. Again, customer care, staff, professional services, all calculated automatically in other sheets. Same principle, don't make me think, just tell me how many people I need, depending if I hit my targets. Now, costs. This is going to look simple, okay? Because who gives a fuck about how many pencils you're going to buy, right? Really? No. So what we're just going to say is we have office, stationery, phones, all that kind of shit, people doing their job. Onboarding. When you hire people, you need to give them laptops, you need to give them chairs, you need to give them desks and stuff, right? Basically, CapEx. All right, the category is defined of where those costs get allocated. So check here, it'll tell you. Maybe you have people traveling around the world pitching clients and stuff and getting drunk, which it's fun, but they do. So you can set how much you want for it. And then the various other stuff. So look, the easiest way to do this is to say, hey, for G&A people, my cost is $80. Once I've raised my Series A, Series B, Series whatever, my cost is going to increase because people are going to start spending more money and, doing stupid shit, whatever. So the increase of cost is going to go from $80 a month to $20 a month per G&A people. So maybe you can say sales and marketing people are on the phone all the time. So their phone bill will be bigger as opposed to everyone else. You can set it how you want, okay? But again, this is trying to make it simple to think through, okay? Onboarding. Maybe R&D guys, developers get fancier laptops. So instead of, base RAM, Mac, whatever, they get the fancy 16 gig version. So it's $1,000 more. Therefore, their onboarding cost is higher. How much people travel around, whatever, I don't know, for some reason, management seems to be flying around a lot. And then, over time, sales and marketing people will start having more of a budget per month. And finally, your other, whatever costs, rents, utilities, shit, okay, so you're spending $250 a month per person per month, which gets assigned to G&A. So at the moment, we're spending $250, then $1,600 a month. Service costs, I don't know, whatever, some obvious thing or something, I don't know, like entertainment shit for sales and marketing people, marketing collateral, incorporation, I don't know, like recruiting costs, and then general other shit which you haven't thought about. Office refurbishments, like all these titles, all these numbers you can change to whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just trying to make this really easy for you to just like fill out. Just make generalized assumptions. No one's really going to care unless they're stupid. Like if you put in like, oh, my G&A guys are going to spend $10,000 a month for travel. You're like, really? Does it make sense? No. But, 75 versus $100, does anyone really care? No. But you kind of want to budget in and then be like, guys, you have $100 a month to spend on travel. That's your budget. Okay. It's in the model. That's what you have. It's also really easy to explain to investors. So you see here where the yellow boxes are? Corporation or whatever, it's flexible. There's no date thing. You just like chuck in numbers. And then we see here at the bottom, there's the adjustments that I told you about. I'm not going to explain this to you, but basically it figures out when those payments are going to be made. It adds in, you can see green formula, right? Your accruals from the actuals, P&L actual. These numbers get pulled out, and we'll see somewhere here, total year-end payout, right? These numbers won't be frequent, but we'll see that in December, you're getting paid out, right? December. Stop, Mac. Stop. So you see here that the bonus payment gets accrued, which goes in your P&L because of accounting basis, but that $480,000 that you have to pay in bonuses gets paid out in December. Boom, mic drop. Okay, that is your staff sheet. By the way, charts and shit at the bottom you can look at. That's your staff sheet. Follow through it. You may find some of the mapping stuff complicated or non-intuitive at the start, but once you go through all the other sheets, you'll kind of figure out why it's there and kind of how it works. I've honestly tried my real best to try and make this as simple as possible, but it's just really hard because this thing is badass. So stick with it. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. Like, honestly, if you bought this model, you're obviously not a dumbass. This is one of the easier sheets. So just put in a little bit of time, figure it out. If you don't really get it, plop in some default numbers, move on, and come back to it. And once you start understanding how the rest of the model works, how the other sheets work, you'll kind of understand it. Okay, let's put along. Next, we're going to do expense calculations, which are part of the automations, which are going to be where we see some of the calculated numbers. Okay, yeah?